What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great evening. So, I have a few questions for you. Primary amongst them, um, do you know any network that may have sold 57 ETH on a single crypto chart, yet they tell you that they know about cryptocurrency, how to invest responsibly, how to ape out responsibly, that still sold 57 ETH on a single chart? Hey guys, did you know that there are HIPAA laws that say that you can't disclose the results of a drug test on a person or employee to the general public, that it can only be done for if you're dealing with a previous employee and it's being requested by the Department of Transportation or a federal government agency? Hey guys, did you know that if you did that and you didn't do it that way and there was no drug test, that you have created an invasion of privacy and slander? Did you know that? Did you know, off topic here, that Shitoshi Kusama says that Shibarium is ready for prime time? Did you know that Shiba Inu is about to launch wrapped bone as the team reveals upcoming Shibarium development plans? Hey, also, did you know what the dates are for the spot Bitcoin ETFs? Because we're going to talk about those today. All that and more is going to be covered. This is not financial advice. I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleev. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great evening. My name is Bleeves. This is Bedtime with Bleeves. I appreciate each and every one of you that you take the time to come and check out my channel while I am here just rambling on, ranting, and maybe even providing you with a little bit of knowledge, entertainment, and inspiration for whatever it is that you are doing. In order to help me continue to do that, then I do need your help from time to time if you can. I need signups. I need 5 more signups still on NordVPN. Sign up for your futures trading at MEXC. Sign up at Fairdesk. Sign up at Gate.io. Let's get futures trading right now. Look, if you talk to anybody and you watch, let's go through the list, right? Let's go. Gareth Soloway. Gareth Soloway doesn't do spot trading. He does futures trading because that's the best way to earn large amounts of capital. Raul Paul, he doesn't do spot trading. He does futures trading. Frankie Candles, you know him well. He was part of the Hit Network. And if he wasn't part of the Hit Network, he was on the Hit Network at certain points. And he also futures trading. Evan Aldo, futures trading. Elliott Trades, futures trading, because that is what you do. So if you can help me, down in the description down below, there are a couple different links there. NordVPN for your privacy, security, and protection. MEXC, Fairdesk, and Gate.io, because it certainly helps me out. Get your futures trading done. And I'm going to show you on some of the tools that I've been using, why you should be listening when I show you the tools that I've been using. And with that being the case, let's get in the chat real quick. And Mike Volmer says, Bleeves, good answer. Kai Schlott says, congratulations, I have arrived. Maddie B says, good evening. Kryptonite says, Ben token is done with, Bleeves. You need to focus on another token like a real use case, Raven Coin. First of all, you're not the boss of me. Second, send that shit over. Kai says, show holes. It's getting it's a little crazy in here. All right, so Raphael Pitt says, F to the Hit Network. Ben token will skyrocket, and it does seem like it's having a little bit of recovery so far. Will take some time because any one of these recoveries is probably just people buying the bottom of the chart and They are probably going to sell. This is transactional time. This is not accumulation time. So now we do have tomorrow at noon Central Standard Time, there will be an AMA inside the Telegram. So if you want to go check that out, then you should probably go check that out. I am not scheduled to speak over there, so I won't have anything to add or any input, I don't think. But if you want to come over there and talk and ask questions, you are more than welcome to. And if you have a question for me at that time, you can certainly ask then too. Seems Ben is recovering. That is correct. It looks like it. But again, like I said, we'll have to see how that plays out over the long term. Tony P says, good evening. Kryptonite says, not a believer, not a Ben believer anymore. Need good reason tonight. I can only give you speculation, much like you guys. I did speak to Ben by text message this evening. And you know, he sent me a message, and like, I mean, look, guys, I do not have a problem telling you. And he says, hey bro, what are you wearing? I'm just kidding. He didn't do that. Anyway, we just had some stuff, and he said, crazy, bro. That was it. That was it. Because I said, these guys are out of their goddamn minds. So he can't make a comment right now because there is a legal process that has to play out. So, you know, there's nothing that can be said. You know, I can call Austin, and Austin's will be like, I don't have a comment. I can call Cassie. Cassie will be like, I don't have a comment. I can call Ben. He's going to be like, let it go to voicemail. He won't have a comment either because there's no comment that you can make yet because this is a legal process that's going to have to take its play out the way that it has to play out. So in the meantime, the focus is going to be Bencoin. And I want to stress this, right? On Friday, Bitboy crypto was worth maybe $30 million. On Saturday, about $30 million. Sunday, after being let go from his own company, $30 million. Today, $30 million. Nothing has changed for him. This has not been something where Bitboy crypto is under attack. Just so you guys understand, you are the ones that are under attack. And when you are no longer a believer, then what they attempted to do to you worked. What did they get you to do? They got you to sell at a loss. And it's a ridiculous loss. Now, I'm not here to tell you that anybody at the Hit Networks is trying to buy Ben at a lower price or anything like that. I'm not telling you that. What I'm telling you is that they were dunking on you because Bitboy still has all his money. Bitboy didn't lose anything. Bitboy's not out. He's not devastated. He's not collapsing in a corner because he's out of money or anything like that. Hit Networks, the company that brought you Bitboy crypto, the company that brought you all of these other guys, DZ and TJ and DJ and AJ and BJ and who got a BJ? I don't know. AJ, TJ, I don't know. It's a bunch of J's. Everybody's got a goddamn J in their name for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Josiah, Jedediah, whatever. But look, the company that brought you all of that sold 57 ETH on you yesterday. They didn't responsibly exit. They're the people who tell you, hey, you have to be a responsible investor. Let me tell you how you're supposed to do this. What you're supposed to be doing is DCAing your way in and DCAing your way out. No, what they did is they attacked you, the investor, because it didn't affect Bitboy at all. It didn't affect anybody at Ben Armstrong's household at all, right? They attacked you, right? So that's really what happened. Jess Set is counterpoint here. Oh, dude, come on, open your eyes, man. Bitboy is a crook and a fraud. He's done in this space. Not really. Just like nobody's really been paying much attention to you for all this time. They have been paying attention to him, and they will continue to pay attention to him, and they will continue to listen to him. And I can tell you that there have been missteps. Like, you have to be able to be honest to say that there are missteps. Trusting Ben.eth, definite misstep. That's a definite misstep. There's definite problems here. There's definite issues. There's definite concerns. You know what I mean? So you can be a little bit you can question everything. You can question anything, but at the end of the day, here's what matters. When BitBoy takes the stage, 4,000 to 5,000 people are watching BitBoy Crypto live. When DZ is there, 2,500 or less, maybe sometimes up to 3,000. I shouldn't say less, between 2,000 and 3,000. So are they watching because it's DZ and it's because it's the hit networks? No, because, and if you need to go back, you can go back and look at some of my older videos and it will show you. Nobody watches the hit networks. Nobody cares about the hit networks, not in the same context that they do as Ben. I should say, I should be so lucky myself to have the type of engagement that they have with 114,000 followers on one YouTube account, the attention that they get from around the blockchain, the help that they do for the people like myself in the space for around the blockchain. So I'm not saying it's all bad. Way better. Thank you for the $50 bomb. Believes for Ben Coin marketing team. Your charisma, your knowledge, the deep way you connect to people will help create for the Ben Nation. I agree with you, man. You got to let Ben know that, man, because hey, man, I'm just out here doing my thing. And Dave P has it right here. Ben is the show. Whether you like him or not, Ben is the show. He's the guy that goes crazy on the mic, doing all the stuff with the, gets the ready and the mom spaghetti and all that bullshit that the guy said. He's the guy that people tune into. Like him or hate him, you have a reaction. Most people are not indifferent about him. And it's okay. Like, you don't have to like him because it's still engagement. You can hate him and it's still it's still engagement, right? People have the attention spans of thimbles at the end of the day. BitBoy doesn't offer what it is I am looking for. And see, that's a fair assessment. BitBoy doesn't always offer everybody what it is that you're looking for. But what it does offer you, or what he offers you, is entertainment. Is he a great technical analyst? Of course not. Is he a great investor? Probably not. I mean, most of the people that made the money in cryptocurrency followed somebody who was super smart. And I would say that if you talk to Ben, because he's been open about, he made it all and lost it all once before. Then when he made it the next time, he was way more savvy. But what he did, he just held on to it all for a long period of time. Honda in here right now says Michael Saylor and Raoul Paul are a better show. And here's the thing. Michael Saylor is an obnoxious prick and I don't like him. Raoul Paul, however, is a very honest and savvy sort of investor who says the very specific thing that everybody needs to hear. I don't get rich. I never got rich. I never made money. I never made money from swing trading. I made all my money from just buying something and holding on to it and then coming back during the bull run and boom, it's, you know what I'm saying? Bang. So, he's a great person to listen to. Gareth Soloway, always bearish, but he says he's bullish. He's lying. He's always bearish about everything, but he looks at large macro trends. Like there are people with intense value in the market. And now you got me really sidetracked on this, but look, BitBoy, Ben Armstrong is an orator. He's a speaker. He's a guy that tells you what he believes with passion. He does it with panache that really nobody else in this space does or has at this point. Maybe somebody will step up. Maybe Rodney. I love Rodney. Maybe Rodney one day will become that next person. Maybe I will. You never know who's going to catch lightning in a bottle, so to speak, and move on to that next phase. But there's a lot of there's a lot of there you go. Ben just said he didn't relapse on Telegram. This is exactly what I'm saying here. And I said it before. And look, I told you before, if you did not watch me, I was on the Rebel in Black podcast today with Rebel. And he said he was with Ben. He did not relapse. This is a case of slander. This is a case that these guys are lying about BitBoy Crypto. Now, you have to ask yourself, why are they lying about him? And here, by the way, let me also state for the record, I got a lot of friends or who I think are friends, or I consider to be friends in this space. Some of them like BitBoy, some of them don't like BitBoy. I mean, I suppose I should call him Ben, but fuck those guys. I'm going to call him BitBoy until cease and desist me, because guess what? It won't end up holding up in court in the long run, maybe for the short term, but not for the long term, right? But it says he was an alcoholic. Richard, he was in and out of jail. He was, again, this is all public. 10 years ago, he was arrested. There's a police blotter thing where he was arrested for drunk driving or something like that. So he hasn't had a drink in 10 years. Rebel said that he offered Ben a drink while they were out, not realizing it because he doesn't know. And Ben's like, "No, buddy, I don't drink, man. I haven't had a drink in 10 years." And sat there all day while people were offering him drinks. Said he was more than gracious. He was signing autographs. He was people were coming up with catching up with crypto, that they were that he was doing autographs, he was doing pictures, he was doing all kinds of stuff. And Rebel wanted to do an interview with him and couldn't because he felt like, oh my God, like, this is like, what am I going to do here? Because it's BitBoy. I'm not really ready for it. So he just did not do it. So, but listen, he casts a big aura over cryptocurrency. So people who don't like him, it doesn't matter whether you like him or not. If you engage with him to hate on him, you're still engaging with him. If you engage with him because you like him, you're engaging with him. It doesn't matter. Like guys, you can like me or you cannot like me. Just don't be indifferent about me. Like that's the thing, right? And I try to do the best that I can for you when I'm here in front of you to try to give you the best information that I can possibly give you, freshest, most appropriate, whatever, right? I'm not always going to be right. I'm going to say I'm always right. And when you come into my chat and you're like, man, you're not always right, right? I'm going to be like, nah, fuck you, man. I'm always right. Because, that's the character, right? But at the end of the day, all I want to do is make you guys understand what I'm doing in cryptocurrency, how it applies to you making money, how you can make money. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. And then hopefully, if I'm coming up with the stuff that works, then you're going to be like, oh, snap. So let's get over to the charts because people can't seem to be quiet about what's going on in the market. So are we having a breakout? We are having a move right now. So Ben is now at 1991, has now recovered most of it. And by the way, guys, I told you today, the last time we talked, I told you about these levels, right? We broke down into this point of control right here. We broke down below it. Then we created this new area, this new zone, right? Well, guess what happened? We came halfway down here through this value area low. And guess what? We are now pumped up all the way past. Let me close this back out. We have pumped up and we have rejected right on the point of control. So if you listen to me, and you did what I said, and by the way, that's what I did today. I got in a little bit higher, and I ended up no BS. By the way, I ended up I saw this, and I saw this value area low right here, and I said, oh no, you know what? I'm gonna go long right here just in case. And guess what? It came down here and ended up liquidating me. And I didn't go back in. I was only going $100 with like 10x leverage. So it's not like I was doing a lot to begin with. But the next thing you know, look at this. It's now back up here and you're pumping one more time. And almost everything when you look through this market is doing that. Bitcoin is coming off of right here. If you bought in right here, pushing it through, now you're in your the top of your value area high. So now you're going to look at this. You're going to take your profit, right? And then you're going to see whether you should go short or not. But it's all starting to play out, right? Here we are. We came down here into the value area low. What do? We popped up here, and what do? We came right back down here into our value area low range. And then what's happening now? We're popping all the way back up to exactly where we should be, because that's the way that it plays out. What's happening on Shib? Shib is having a breakout. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am long on Shib way down here in this area. I'm a little closer to 8 though. Than 79, by the way, 8,006, I think it is. So I'm at 8,006. So I'm just watching this, enjoying the show. Now, what I do think is going to happen here with Shib is that Shib is going to run up here to this. It's going to reject. I don't know if it's going to reject on this run, but it's going to reject up here at the value area high. And if it starts to range in this area, then it's going to create a new value area high, a new point of control, I should say. And maybe we'll be off to the races for a little bit. But again, even if we do, I would think that this right now is a relief rally, and we're not going to see it sustain. But look at what's going on with Ben right now. Ben's at 2,051. It's up 15% right now. Look, there's a long way to go before you can call it a recovery. There's a long way to go before you can call it a recovery. But you've seen a strong bounce from the bottom here, and you're seeing a nice run up to the top. You're seeing the profit taking at the point of control. So you're seeing everything. And by the way, this is the kind of stuff that if you watch, I don't want to shout him out, but if you were watching Frankie Candles, this is the kind of stuff that you learn from watching guys like that who are looking at these charts objectively, trying to figure out what that next play and what that next move is. Going down here, you got Doge pumping just a little bit. You've got Hex up 10.5%. You've got WAGMI Games starting a reversal up 5%. You've got Grumpy Cat continuing. Guys, can I just point out here, like, I am a Grumpy Cat holder. Been a Grumpy Cat holder since almost the beginning, by the way. And look at this shit. Like, it just keeps going and going and going and going. Now, it has a long way for recovery, I might add, because it did have a nice big run. So, like, it's not hitting all-time high levels. But look at this recovery that it's going through right now. It's really starting to move. So, I'm a lot happier with Grumpy Cat than I was not that long ago. So, but let's break it back out here, get into a little bit of news, and let's talk about some of the stuff that's going on, okay? Shaitoshi Kusama says Shibarium is ready for the prime time, right? Then let's move over here. I'm just going to use that right now because we did that before. So Shiba Inu to launch a wrapped bone as the team reveals upcoming Shibarium development plans. Following the successful relaunch of Shibarium, Shiba Inu lead developer Shaitoshi Kusama has provided an update to the next significant step for the L2 blockchain. According to a screenshot shared by Shiba Inu's marketing team member Lucy, Kusama revealed that the development team will soon launch the official wrapped bone token. Official wrap bone will be launched shortly. No problem. Contract verification should be up early this week. Bone renounced. This is being completed very soon. Shiba Swap moving to Shibarium soon. Guys, what is going on in the Shib ecosystem? What you're starting to see is this is the buildup here where you're going to start to see these things happening where you're like, something really big is happening in the Shib ecosystem, and it's starting to look really, really good. So those are the things that you're seeing right now. Meanwhile, Kusama said Shibarium's smart contract verification is on the way. He disclosed that the feature will roll out this week. So there will be a smart contract verification system inside Shibarium so that you can verify the validity of the smart contract, which means that they're going to minimize the level of scams and make your Shibarium experience just a little bit safer. So kudos to them for stepping up. And I put this up so many times. Jesus Christ. There is one more. All right, here we go. All right, so the US SEC is currently reviewing multiple Bitcoin ETFs. Now, let's go down here and let's look. I'm going to show you guys. This is the ETF list of everybody. We're going to find out whether or not this is going to happen. We're going to find out very soon. These are the deadlines right now. So you'll notice that we missed the last deadline over here. So let's we're going to move this out of the way just a little bit for me a second here. I really got to do something with this thing because it gets on my nerves because it's in the goddamn way all the time. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Stop with that shit. Anyway. All right. So the second deadline was right here. Motherfucker. Was right here on 8/13. Now we know that one didn't happen. That's when ERC-20 was told that they were going to have they're going to have to wait a little bit longer, right? And then now they're going to open it up for public debate and public discussion. Well, everybody else filed on or around the same time. So all the way down the line here, everybody is basically on the same schedule. So around October, mid-October is the next time we're going to see something coming up with the spot ETFs. And I don't know if they're going to open them all for public discussion, but here's what I think is going to happen. I don't think we make it to the third and fourth deadline. I think that we really see this happen in October right here. This is when it's all going to happen because now we're open for public discussion. about ERC-21, and all of that is going to apply to all of these. And I don't think these people are going to wait much longer. I think we're about to see a spot Bitcoin ETF approved for everybody, or almost everybody on this list. And we're going to see that all probably happening in the middle of October, right in line with this second deadline. So it's going to be incredibly interesting to see how this plays out. But I think that we're on the verge right now of something really big in crypto. So moving on, the amount of Bitcoin sitting on exchanges is at the lowest level in nearly 6 years, according to Sentiment, meaning that people have taken their Bitcoin off of the exchanges. Now, we know because of the collapse of FTX that we don't trust the centralized exchanges, but that is where the majority of volume gets traded. So there has to be enough Bitcoin on those exchanges in order to exchange, right? Well, the less there is, the higher the price is going to end up because people are just holding it. And basically, what is the price that you're willing to sell it for? And if people are not willing to sell it at the price that it's at right now, price goes up. So that's what we might start seeing a lot of very, very, very soon. So I don't know for sure. I can't say for sure, but it does certainly look like all the factors, all of the pieces are lining up into place for us. Now, the ex-Goldman Sachs executive says that this bullish crypto thesis market will outperform tech stocks. And this is Raul Paul is explaining his bullish stats on crypto assets. Crypto is just a technology. It's a distributed database, which is a crypto block, which is a blockchain of which you can use token to represent value on that chain. So unlike other networks, let's say a telco network, you can't own a share of a telco. While in crypto, you can with a token, which gives you a share of the network itself. In an increasingly digital world, Paul says blockchain enables scarcity when anything could otherwise be theoretically inflated to infinity. According to the macro investor, crypto's market cycles can be much bigger than the tech stocks that they often correlate with. In an increasingly digital world, we need to transfer, record, and store value, and value is increasingly becoming digital. And in the digital world, we can make anything to infinite abundance, so everything digitally goes to zero value, and blockchain allows you to create scarcity in a digital world. And it should be, when we're talking about scarcity, we should remember there's about 18 million Bitcoin right now. At the end of this journey, there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin. Like there is already a scarcity crunch. We're just not experiencing it yet because we haven't reached the level of mass adoption. When we reach the level of mass adoption, then we're going to start to see a tremendous, and I mean a tremendous amount of all of this happening very, very soon. This is, you guys should consider this. We are on the clock right now. At some point, very, very, very soon, there's going to be an explosion in cryptocurrency, the likes of which we have never seen before. We saw the last bull run, right? We saw the one before that. Percentage-wise, let me preface this. Percentage-wise, there's going to be a lot of this stuff where the percentages, the percentages are going to be, not nearly as dramatic as you may have seen before in the top 100, in the top 200, but we are going to see 5 trillion enter this market. We're going to see 7 trillion enter this market. I mean, if you just look at there really is kind of a parabolic sort of curve cycle. I guess I shouldn't call it a parabolic, but there is a curved cycle. And if we can stop for just 1 second, guys, I've been doing this shit for I've been watching these things for a long time, and I can't believe this. Jesus Christ believes, get a room. I've been tracking this stuff, and you guys have been following me for a length of time. You know where it's. Oh, Jesus Christ, I put it on the wrong one. Or maybe I took it down the other day, but we're on here it is. We're on a curved cycle right here. This is where the market kind of wicked out and topped out previously. This is where we were on our way up and down this cycle, right? And it kind of plays out in there's a descending value to it. So when we get over here to 24, 25, we're looking at 5 to 6 trillion because we ended the last market cycle with 3.009 trillion in a market cap. So we're in a position right now where this $69,000 Bitcoin that we had last time, when you add this up into this next level, that's 115,000 Bitcoin. If we get to 5 trillion, if we get to 6 trillion, that's $150,000 Bitcoin. if you've been going back and you've been listening to all of these people, these experts who make predictions, wild ass predictions in some instances, and they're telling you these numbers because they're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. They're seeing the same pattern starting to break out. And look, these patterns will work until they don't work. So it is entirely possible for all of this to break down at a macro level. When you're looking at it like on these kind of curve patterns, you don't know where this ends, right? Here's what you do know. What you do know is where you are right now, and that it is time for you as an investor. This is your accumulation period. Now, it is possible. It is possible that we could go just a tad lower, right? Let's go back over and look at Bitcoin. The liquidity is in the pool for Bitcoin, and it is basically right at this 24,000 level. This is where all of the liquidity is. That's why we got this line right here. This big line right here is just a giant pool of liquidity, which will help us spring our way back up into new highs, maybe wicking out in this 34,000 range up here. But in order to get there, we're probably going to have to sweep this up because we don't have new investors coming in. We don't have new capital coming in. If we see some new capital coming in, then maybe that changes everything. Maybe that makes everything just a little bit better. But until we see that moment, then we have to take it for what it is. So we go to 24,000. So I think this really is, by the way, in my estimation, whatever's happening right now in the market where we're getting just a little bit of a pump, I don't think that's going to be sustained. I think that this goes for a little while, and then we start to correct our way back down. Now, the good part for you is if you're holding Ben and you're already down, it's not going to keep going down. People are already at that accumulation zone. Same thing for Shib. Shib works a little bit different, but as you can see right here, we're probably due for a short coming up in just a few hundred points. If we can get back to this level right here, then I'm taking a short back down to this 8,000 level. So just to remind you guys, like we should be in using these levels here. By the way, for those of you who don't know, these are the Lux Algo predictive ranges, and we're looking at the value area low, value area high, and your point of control here right in the middle. So those are the things that we're looking at. So I'm going to keep playing this and hopefully keep profiting the entire time. And did we just have BitBoy in here? Was he in here? King's Broadcast is in the house. What is going on? Jim Cramer's been talking crap, saying that we have digital dollar. A few people make remarks on Bitcoin, and Cramer thinks he rules. Yeah, Jim Cramer is the worst of the worst. He's the absolute worst of everything. But anyway, so that's what the market looks like. Now, let's go back over here. I wanted to show you guys, for those of you that were interested in what I was talking about when I was talking about this 57 ETH sell. So yesterday, out of nowhere, we got this ridiculous sell right here. Now, this is the transfers after the fact, but you see right here, there was 3.5 trillion Ben tokens that were sold at one spot, and it was 19 ETH, 19 ETH, 19 ETH, all transferred over to different and varying wallets, and then 4.77 right here. And then if you start to zoom in here and you go to this, then you see that this came in from this wallet here. So let's follow that wallet here. So we come over to this wallet and we see that that was transferred over here from this wallet right here. So then we come over to this wallet over here and we see that that was all an executive transaction, and that came from clicking here. That came from what appears to be the deployer wallet for Bencoin. So, and if you come over here to the last, one of the first transaction over here and it looks like this transfer was Ben.eth moving 65.2 trillion tokens, probably back into the pool because Ben was taking it over and he was giving back the tokens. So this would be the deployer. So there's 32.5 trillion that went out here, and then 4.15 trillion that went out right here, right? Well, that 4.15 trillion, most probably and I don't have any confirmation. It's a wild ass speculation on my behalf, but I'm pretty sure that went to the HIT networks because that went into the HIT networks portfolio so that the HIT networks would be that would go in that wallet, and that would be a nice little pump for the hit networks as they were continuing to do something, just planning for the future, right? Well, then yesterday, after we got word of what was going on, then we saw all of a sudden the 3.5 trillion got moved to yet another wallet and then sold off on the chart, and then the 57 ETH was just sent to other people's wallets after that, as they basically cashed it all out. And just a 57 ETH at one time purchase and or sell, and that is the type of lowbrow stuff that people do when they're trying to prove a point. Now, when that comes to pass, you can also come over here and you can look that this interacted with stake.com, and they were sent $60,000 from stake.com. So, what it looks like here is that, and then there was also an interaction here with win, lose, pay, Rollbit. There were a couple of other, you go down here, you can find more transactions, but generally speaking, I think this is the Hit Networks wallet, because if you were to have gone in here and tracked them back a little bit, then you would have found that it holds a lot of the tokens and coins that Ben has always talked about on the BitBoy show. So this is obviously, in this point, TJ trying to send a message to you, the investors, that he's dumping on you because he's trying to get Ben's attention to let him know that he, maybe controls something, or he's in charge, or whatever. I mean, it's a weird flex. It's an odd flex that he went through. It's a lot of steps that you got to go through just to prove that you hate the people who watch your show. Like, this is not, again, let me say this one more time. This was not an attack on BitBoy Crypto. BitBoy Crypto, if BitBoy Crypto is worth $100 million on Friday of last week, Sunday, when he got fired by this organization, he's still worth $100 million. Today, he's still worth $100 million. Nothing has changed for BitBoy Crypto. The only place that it's changed is for everybody who invested in Bencoin on that chart. That's the message that Hit Network was sending, was that they have no respect for you, the investor who invested in this project. So that's who they're attacking. John, 221 people, 220 people care. So shh, big boys are talking. So that's what's going on, right? That's what's happening. So, but let's move on here and let's keep going. Shibarium Explorer. Jesus Christ, I can't get it to save in dark mode. It's driving me out of my goddamn mind. 427,000 transactions, though. 101,000 wallets, guys. Now you're starting to see the power of the Shib network. Shibarium, this could end up being something phenomenal. We are, what are we, 3 days in now? 4 days in? We're 4 days in now, and we've got 101,000 individual wallets connected, 345,000 blocks minted, and 427,000 transactions. Now, still not a whole lot of burn. I will say, though, however, that when we're looking at these burns, we're seeing a lot more burns than we have. But remember, we were seeing a lot less burn over the last 24 hours than we are seeing today. So maybe it's kicked up a notch, but I don't think that people are instituting the burn as they're supposed to be on the chain. So in the last 24 hours, 106 million SHIB burned. It will take forever at that rate. So there's something that we're not accounting for. Maybe they're not putting it into the wallet. Maybe it's not being tracked somehow. So we'll still need to get an update on SHIB to find out about the burn process. But we are seeing some movement. What I'm looking at is when 579 becomes 550, how long did that take? And then we'll have a good idea on what the real SHIB burn is and if it's worth any of the hype. Meanwhile, liquidity is much unchanged. We still have to get into this 24,000 level, maybe 22,000 level to scoop up all of this money that's just laying right there waiting for somebody to come in and snag it all in order to send us up here into this liquidity pool, which takes us to 35,000. Again, I think that I don't think that we're going to make it to 37,000 right now, but it is possible that we can get very, very close to 35,000, probably in the range of 34.8 before rejecting. And if you guys remember when we were talking about this over here and we were looking at the Bitcoin chart over here, it was somewhere in the neighborhood of like 37,000. what do we come up with? 37,250. So that's the no, actually I think it's 34. Maybe I'm losing my mind here, but it's around 34,000. So liquidity out of the way, low level liquidity. Remember, this is the high risk stuff. This high risk stuff is in both directions. So, and really, if you look at it, it's about 50-50 right now. You're looking at about, when it goes both ways, you're looking at high amounts of liquidity on each side. So I don't think that there's going to be a move one way or another with a preference to either one of them. Fear and greed index is sitting at 35. Bitcoin had a little bit of a run today. Ethereum had a little bit of a run today. Our big movers, Curve DAO, XDC, Avalanche, Polkadot, Casper. And then after that, ApeCoin, Shib having a little move now. So, a mixed bag, really. In the 7-day, still Dydex. Dydex is really having a nice little run. And Bone Shiba Swap up 11%. So close that out. And let's do this to round this off. WAGMI having a nice little reversal. Shib at 82.47. Grumpy Cat at 66.39. Bone back up to $1.30. Advantis at 13.75. August or September the 4, by the way. I think next Monday I'm going to be having an AMA with the Advantis token. They're going to come on and start talking about the security that they provide for this ecosystem and for the community. Pepe is at 86.63. Volt's at 2,400. Let's call it. Lillian Finance 1853 didn't get the lift that they wanted out of MEXC. 100x Gems at 2587, and Ben is now recovered to 2148. Again, continuing the reversal. And God damn it, I wish I would have gotten that long to stick that first time, because having a nice little recovery here. Again, long way to go for a real recovery. If we zoom back out and we put this into context here, remember, this is the descending channel that I told you that we were in. We did break out of that descending channel. If we were to get back into this descending channel and continue on our way, we're still coming back down to lowered lows, right? It was destiny that this was going to happen. I mean, let's zoom out here and let's face facts here. This, where we are right now, is where I predicted we were going to probably pop out of around the 15th or the 16th when this was coming anyway. So, this is actually our breakout zone. So if we recover and people start to see this, and by the way, there will be some communication coming tomorrow. Ben has gone on record now in Telegram, say, I am not addicted. There's no, these guys are lying. It's all slander. This isn't a coup. This is a coup. This is an attempted takeover of the BitBoy network. So, all of those things being the case, if you are pro BitBoy, let's support the guy, right? We don't owe him, by the way. Nobody, I don't think we all, unless we made $1 million or $2 million, I don't think we all owe him a whole bunch, but we should give him the benefit of doubt. And I'm going to trust him. You make a decision that's best for you, but I'm going to trust the guy has the better interest of cryptocurrency in his heart. So if that is the case, then awesome. If I'm wrong, I'm okay with being wrong, because, sometimes sometimes you make a decision and sometimes it's the wrong decision, and it's okay. But I do think that BitBoy Crypto is the man that's going to lead us to that next level. Very important to get somebody in this space who's speaking up when there needs to be somebody speaking up. So until we see something new out of BitBoy Crypto, I'm not subscribed to BitBoy Crypto anymore. I'm not subscribed to the Hit Networks. I'm not subscribed to Around the Blockchain. Do you know these assholes put out a video of me today, by the way? You believe that shit? Here I am, just like roasting, making posts about Nick Diamandi was the guy's name, right? Maybe we let's go. We got to unsubscribe from that. There we go. Unsubscribe. And so they put out a short today. And look at that handsome devil who is on the short. By the way, Duncan on these guys already got more views than these guys. Kelly Kellum, I'm coming for your ass. I'm coming for you, man. But yeah, so nobody gets more views than Miss Teen Crypto, though. So yeah. Well, anyway, so yeah, they put me out as one of their shorts today. So ta-da. All right, guys. So that's my time. It is time for me to go, walk the dog. So this is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Consider a subscription. It's $4.99 a month. Certainly helps me out tremendously. And then make sure on the way out, if you would, guys, there's 206 people watching right now. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. And I'm going to put a little outro right now. After that outro, if you would, leave a comment on the video on your way out. And don't forget the wisest man of all. And the wisest man of all said,
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the BLEEVESCRYPTO YouTube channel. You got to become a member because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks. Funny Donald out.
and if you can't trust Donald Trump, who can you trust? You don't drink, you don't smoke. What do? You don't drink, you don't smoke. What do you do? We'll see you guys in the morning.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck look like the Loch Ness. What are we doing? I'm about to fall out, boy, and the proof's in the pudding. So, can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk? I ain't mean to call you that. I'm ice cold like the keg the bar.